Right now, as you're watching this, there's a battle happening inside your body. A silent war that's affecting your sleep, your confidence, and your vitality as a man. But what if I told you that the weapons to win this war are already sitting in your refrigerator? Stay with me, because what you're about to discover could completely transform the next chapter of your life. I'm Dr. Marcus Hayes, and for over 3 decades, I've been working exclusively with men over 60 who are fighting to reclaim their masculine vitality without relying on pharmaceutical interventions or surgical procedures. I've witnessed hundreds of former executives, retired veterans, and everyday men rediscover what they thought was lost forever. Here's the truth nobody's telling you. Your prostate doesn't have to be your enemy. Those midnight bathroom trips, that persistent pressure, the weakening stream, these aren't inevitable consequences of aging. They're symptoms of inflammation, cellular stress, and nutritional deficiency. And the solution isn't hidden in some expensive pharmaceutical lab. It's been hiding in plain sight in the produce aisle of your local grocery store. Think about it. What if 5 simple, accessible foods contained the molecular keys to reducing prostate swelling, restoring blood flow, and reigniting the energy you remember from decades past? What if the answer to your discomfort has been within arm's reach this entire time? Today, I'm going to reveal these 5 scientifically backed foods capable of calming inflammation, restoring deep cellular function, and supporting authentic masculine vitality after 60. But pay special attention to number 1, because there's a very good chance you've been eating it your entire life without understanding its true power. Before we dive in, if this resonates with you, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any content specifically designed for men your age. And if this video speaks to you, type yes in the comments. If not, type no so I can improve and deliver content that truly matters to you. Let's start with something unexpected, a small green powerhouse that most men completely overlook when it comes to prostate health. I'm talking about the kiwi. And trust me, this fuzzy little fruit packs a punch far beyond what you'd imagine. When I first started working with older men struggling with prostate issues, I noticed a pattern. The same complaints kept surfacing, waking up 3, 4, sometimes 5 times per night, that dull ache in the lower abdomen, the difficulty starting or finishing urination. And yet, in many cases, there was no serious disease. What was silently fueling these symptoms was chronic inflammation, a slow, insidious burn nestled deep within the prostate, getting worse with each passing year of stress and poor nutrition. Here's what shocked me. Some of the most effective weapons against this inflammation don't come from a pharmacy or an operating room. They're already in your kitchen. Take the kiwi, for instance. For most men I meet, it's just a tangy fruit you toss in a salad or forget at the back of the fridge. But this fruit is a nutritional bomb. Loaded with vitamin C, it's one of the most powerful fruits for flooding your system with antioxidants exactly where you need them most, in your blood, your tissues, and your prostate. Vitamin C doesn't just act as a supplement, it acts as a biological brake on inflammation. It helps neutralize oxidative stress, that process that slowly irritates your prostate and causes it to swell over time. And when it swells, that gland puts constant pressure on your urethra and bladder, giving you that unpleasant sensation of always needing to go, even when you don't. I've had patients in their 70s simply add 2 kiwis daily to their routine and come back weeks later amazed. They were finally sleeping through the night, urinating less frequently, feeling lighter and calmer. One of them told me, "It's the first time in years I feel liberated from the bathroom. I'm living again." But the kiwi doesn't stop there. It's also incredibly rich in fiber, which quietly supports digestion and gut health. And you might not realize this, but a healthy gut directly influences your hormones and inflammation throughout your entire body, prostate included. When your gut flora is balanced, everything follows. Hormonal equilibrium stabilizes, inflammation retreats, and pressure on the prostate gradually decreases. The beautiful thing is that kiwi works gently. No irritation, no side effects, just natural, slow, steady work. You can eat it plain, add it to a smoothie, or incorporate it into your breakfast. But however you consume it, do it regularly. Healing doesn't depend on heroic efforts, but on small, consistent choices made every single day. If kiwi is a silent force, the next food is a true revelation. Small, unassuming, but equipped with antioxidant power that researchers call one of the best-kept secrets for preserving masculine vitality. Let's look closer. Blueberries. These blue warriors guarding your virility. I remember a man named Richard. He just turned 62. He was exhausted, worn down by constant urgency, by the weak stream, but most of all, he was tired of feeling himself slowly fade away. He said, "I feel extinguished, doctor. Neither in my body nor in my mind do I feel sharp anymore." We sat down, analyzed his lifestyle, and I asked him one question. What are you feeding your cells? Because prostate health isn't just about urination or testosterone. It's about cellular life, about inflammation at the microscopic level. That's where blueberries become a major asset. I call them antioxidant warriors. They're now part of my key recommendations for any man who wants to not only restore his functions, but reclaim his vitality. These little berries contain a powerful concentration of compounds called anthocyanins. These are true molecular shields. They neutralize oxidative stress, that internal rust that accelerates aging and causes your prostate to swell slowly, silently from the inside. Every time you eat a handful, you're quietly strengthening your prostate's defenses. You're slowing down that invisible wear and tear that accumulates over the years, fed by tired circulation and constant inflammation. Richard started simply, a small bowl of blueberries added to his breakfast every morning. Within a few weeks, a subtle but profound change occurred. He wasn't waking up as much at night. His mind was clearer, and most importantly, he started inhabiting his body again, with his wife, with himself. He told me one day, "I never would have believed a simple fruit could change how I feel as a man." That's exactly what most people don't understand. Blueberries don't just support your prostate, they also nourish your brain, your blood vessels, and your testosterone production. They promote better circulation throughout the entire pelvic region. And strengthened circulation means more oxygen, more nutrients, and yes, better performance in the bathroom and in intimacy. But there's more. A real psychological shift happens when you choose to feed your body what it truly needs. When you grab a handful of blueberries, you're sending a clear message. I haven't given up. I still respect myself. I want to feel alive again. And that simple mindset begins to transform everything. Blueberries are simple, delicious. You can add them to your oatmeal, mix them into yogurt, or eat them as is. But what really matters is consistency. It's that small daily gesture that over time rebuilds what the years and stress have slowly eroded. But if blueberries are the discreet guardians, the fruit that follows is a bold warrior, ancient, loaded with symbolism and science. When it comes to awakening masculine hormones and repairing cells at the deepest level, this fruit offers something almost no other can match. Let me show you why this crimson jewel commands respect among modern researchers and ancient healers alike. The pomegranate, this ancestral fruit that brings prostate cells back to life. There's something almost sacred about the pomegranate. Maybe it's its rigid shell, its robust appearance. But once opened, the pomegranate reveals hundreds of jewel-like ruby-red pearls bursting with life. It reminds me of the men I see every day. Outwardly solid, stoic, but inside there's often silent fatigue, constant tension, a deep desire to reclaim their strength, vitality, and masculine identity. When it comes to regenerating the prostate at the deepest cellular level, I often say, this is the fruit that's been missing from your plate. Pomegranate isn't a trend, it's a classic, used for centuries in traditional medicine to restore masculine energy. Modern science only confirms what the ancients already knew. This fruit contains ellagic acid and a group of powerful plant compounds called polyphenols. They don't just circulate in your blood, they act directly where it counts, on inflammation, oxidative stress, and even on the hormonal imbalances that, with age, drain your energy and virility. I think of Paul, 68 years old, a former carpenter. He came to see me exhausted by a swollen prostate and plummeting testosterone levels. He tried treatments but felt numb, foggy, almost absent. I suggested something simpler, Nothing complicated, nothing invasive, just a large slice of watermelon every afternoon for 2 weeks. That's it. No pill, no extreme diet, just consistency. By the end of the second week, he told me something I'll never forget. It's not just that I'm better down there, it's that I feel like myself again. That's the deep power of pomegranate. It works silently but profoundly. It calms the internal chaos. Less swelling, less pressure on the bladder, fewer nighttime wake-ups, and for many men, a rekindled libido, recovered endurance. But this fruit does much more than support the prostate. It stimulates circulation, strengthens immunity, and supports hormonal balance, the 3 fundamental pillars of lasting masculine health. Yes, eating the seeds can be messy, but the juice makes it simple. Just make sure it's pure, unsweetened, and consumed daily. It's not about shocking the body, but nourishing it with consistency. This fruit offers something rare, power within gentleness. It helps you return to your body, reconnect with your deep vitality, with that part of you that you might think is lost forever. But as powerful as it is, the next fruit offers an even more unexpected surprise. It's sweet, refreshing, and every juicy bite contains a secret compound that silently protects your prostate and stimulates circulation like few foods can. Let's take a closer look at what this summer favorite can do for the man you are today and the man you're becoming again. Watermelon, the summer treasure of natural lycopene. Every summer I see this image again. My grandfather, sitting on the porch with an enormous slice of watermelon in his hands, juice dripping down his arms, laughing like a kid. Back then, I just thought it was a treat. But today, after all these years helping men with their intimate health, I understand that this red, juicy flesh was hiding a treasure, an extremely powerful antioxidant called lycopene. The same one found in tomatoes, but delivered here in a fresh, hydrating, perfectly absorbable form. This compound directly targets prostate inflammation, and watermelon does it gently, effortlessly, without side effects. I remember James, a reserved man in his mid-60s. He came to consult me, frustrated, constant pressure in his lower abdomen, weak urinary stream, incomplete emptying. He wasn't ready to jump into medications, not yet. So I suggested something simple, nothing complicated, nothing invasive, just a large slice of watermelon every afternoon for 2 weeks. That's it. No pill, no extreme diet, just consistency. By the end of the second week, he told me something I'll never forget. It's not just that I'm better down there, it's that I feel like myself again. That's the deep power of watermelon. It works silently but profoundly. It calms the internal chaos, less swelling, less pressure on the bladder, fewer nighttime wake-ups, and for many men, a rekindled libido, recovered endurance. But this fruit does much more than support the prostate. It stimulates circulation, strengthens immunity, and supports hormonal balance, the 3 fundamental pillars of lasting masculine health. Yes, eating the seeds can be messy, but the juice makes it simple. Just make sure it's pure, unsweetened, and consumed daily. It's not about shocking the body, but nourishing it with consistency. This fruit offers something rare, power within gentleness. It helps you return to your body, reconnect with your deep vitality, with that part of you that you might think is lost forever. And where it surprises the most is in its ability to restart blood circulation, not just in the lower abdomen, but throughout the entire vascular system. And better circulation means better oxygen transport, better hormonal balance, and yes, firmer, more natural erections. I've seen men rediscover their sensitivity, their confidence, their pleasure, not with blue pills, but with fruit, patience, and a real return to the essentials. That's the discreet power of watermelon. Gentle, familiar, but far too often underestimated. So the next time you cut a slice, remember, you're not just feeding your palate, you're also feeding your virility. You're rebuilding what's been lost little by little. But if watermelon cracks open the door to healing, the fruit coming now kicks it wide open. Because where most men see a simple everyday food, there's actually hidden the highest known concentration of a protective compound, And when consumed the right way, it can start working on your prostate in less than 24 hours. Let me show you why this red fruit, often neglected, might be the most powerful natural weapon you've always had at your fingertips. The tomato, the #1 fruit for rapidly reducing prostate size. It's crazy how something so ordinary, sitting there on your kitchen counter, can contain such misunderstood yet extraordinary healing power. The tomato doesn't catch the eye. It costs almost nothing. And yet, when it comes to reducing prostate size and reviving a man's energy, it outperforms every other food I've studied. I've spent years poring over research, discussing with colleagues, and most importantly, observing results in my own patients. And again, tomatoes come out on top. Why? Because they contain the most concentrated natural source of lycopene, an antioxidant that doesn't just calm inflammation, it actively protects your prostate cells from assault and slows the excessive growth that's slowly choking your vitality. But here's what most men don't know. The real power of tomato is only released when it's heated. Yes, cooked. A simple tomato soup or a spoonful of tomato paste added to a hot dish, and suddenly, lycopene becomes up to 4 times more bioavailable to your body. It's no longer just feeding, it's healing. Add a tablespoon of olive oil, and you've got one of nature's most powerful combinations for supporting the mature man from within. I think of Vincent, one of my most loyal patients, a former nurse, 79 years old, pragmatic but exhausted. He'd had enough of his incessant nighttime wake-ups, enough of depending on medications. So we kept it simple. Every morning, he started drinking a cup of hot tomato soup the way his mother used to make it. A few weeks later, he came back to my office. He had that luminous look, that little knowing smile, and he told me, "Doctor, I feel like something inside me has reignited." That's the real secret of tomatoes. They're not just forgotten vegetables in a salad, they're natural fuel for your hormones, your circulation, your power. Over time, they can help reduce prostate swelling, improve urinary stream strength, and even restart the frequency of morning erections, that silent sign of recovered vitality. Not because these foods are magical, but because they give your body the basic building blocks it needs to repair itself. Tomatoes are also rich in vitamin C, vitamin K, and potassium, essential elements for regulating blood pressure, supporting immunity, and accelerating deep tissue repair. But the real hero here is lycopene, and that's precisely why I recommend every man over 60 make it a daily habit, whether it's homemade tomato sauce, a simple glass of tomato juice with a pinch of salt, or even a spoonful of tomato paste added to your dish. It's not the isolated gesture that transforms, it's the regularity. I've accompanied hundreds of men on this path. Some had barely crossed 60, others were approaching 80. And what I've seen again and again is that healing doesn't always start with a pill. Sometimes it starts with a simple fruit, with a different breakfast, and with that silent but powerful decision, I still deserve to be cared for. So now, the choice is yours. You've heard the science, you've heard real stories, and if even one of these fruits resonated with you, start with it. Maybe your next chapter begins with your next bite. If this video spoke to you, I invite you to click like, share it with a friend, and tell me in the comments what stood out to you most. I read every word, and sometimes your testimony can awaken another. And if you'd like to help this channel grow and continue providing honest, evidence-based medical advice, I invite you to consider a small donation via the link just below. Every gesture counts, and I'm sincerely grateful. See you very soon, and most importantly, take care of yourself. This is Dr. Marcus Hayes, reminding you that your vitality isn't gone, it's just waiting to be reclaimed.